Now it's time for Media Watch, a roundup of some of the stories making news across China. The Beijing Times reports on plans to bolster the rights of property owners. They're to get better protection under revisions to the controversial regulations for demolishing urban housing. The State Council Legislative Affairs Office says the new document emphasizes that compulsory demolition and relocation must only go ahead when in the public interest. It stipulates violence may not be used, nor harassment such as cutting electricity, water, and other services. Any confiscation should be publicly announced at least 30 days in advance and can only proceed if there's no major disagreement. Another change allows owners to sue if they don't agree with the compulsory purchase and says no action can take place while the case is heard. Current regulations allow the government or property developers to force demolition even if a lawsuit is going on. A number of high-profile cases have made the news recently, most notoriously that of a woman who burned herself to death to protest the forced demolition of her property in the southern city of Chengdu. China's Ministry of Human Resources and Social Security says the employment rate for college seniors reached 87% by the end of last year. The China Daily reports data which shows the country's colleges last year produced 6.1 million graduates. And with that number expected to rise to 6.3 million this year, helping graduates find employment in 2010 is still at the top of the government's agenda. However, the paper says some education experts and graduates question the credibility of the data. They say many universities fake work contracts to increase the employment rate. And under current practice, colleges regard students who enter further education or start any type of business as employed. With fierce competition for jobs, more than 1.4 million students applied for postgraduate studies and about 5 million took civil servant recruitment exams last year. Recently announced government plans to turn the southern island province of Hainan into an international tourist resort are causing a stir in the realty market. The result has been a contraction of the housing supply as owners and developers hold out for what they hope will be huge profits. The People's Daily reports that since the end of last year, when the government unveiled its plans, upwards of 200 property buyers per day has been arriving. Prices were rising by about $15 per square foot each day on some properties, and many properties have soared by over 30% since the beginning of the year. In an effort to clamp down on speculation, the provincial government last week suspended the leasing of land and approval of construction projects. The paper says that almost 65 million square feet of property are on the market in Hainan's major cities. Now, if you saw Ang Lee's controversial movie Lost Caution back in 2007, you may remember movie star Tang, whose skimpy dress in the film got her banned from Chinese screens. The country's General Office of Broadcasting and Television disapproved of what it called her excessive body exposure. Popular web portal 163.com reports that she then applied to become a Hong Kong citizen, an application that was recently approved. Now, after a 2-year gap following her overnight celebrity status, she's set to return to the silver screen in a new project called Crossing Hennessy. The website says in her new role, she does wear plenty of clothes, but it reports the Hong Kong art house film will not be screened in cinemas on the Chinese mainland. And that's today's Media Watch, and in fact, that is all for the team here at BON News for now. Thanks for watching.